From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A. Sessions from Studio A is a showcase for local and touring bands playing original music. We record their performances here at WNIJ and bring those concerts right to you. Remora Coraline is a post-hardcore band from Rockford, blending influences from punk, hardcore, and math rock. They put out their debut EP, Sapien Hymns, last year, and they're already getting ready for their second release after recording in April. We'll hear some of those new songs this hour with a performance recorded here at WNIJ. Also, we'll talk with Remora Coraline about the new EP and about pushing back against the use of AI in music. It's Remora Coraline this hour on Sessions from Studio A. This is Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. We've got an exciting new band from Rockford on the show this hour. Post-hardcore band Remora Coraline stopped by WNIJ earlier this spring to play songs from their new upcoming EP. They recorded that in April with Matt Talbot from the band Hum, and that is set for release this Saturday on the 16th. Later on, we'll talk with the band about how they got together, the new EP, and more. But first, let's get right into the music. It's Remora Coraline, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
The
This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard Remora Coraline playing live in the studio, and we're joined with the band. Thanks so much for coming out to DeKalb, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome.
So you guys are all from Rockford, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Did you guys all grow up in the area, or are you from different places?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all grew up there.
Yeah, we all grew
Yeah.
I grew up
Close
there.
to each other, yeah.
All from Rockford. Awesome.
Mhm.
So give us a little bit of the band history here, the background. How did Remora Coraline get started?
Okay. So me and Tyler here, I met him at a local show years ago, and really impulsively, I was just like, do you want to start a band with me? And he's like, yeah, for sure. So then we started a band, and then we kind of bounced between several different bands together, like over the course of a couple years. And then when we wanted to expand and take it a little more seriously, I contacted Salon, who I went to middle school with. So that's how I knew of him. And then we met Evan formally at our first show, which was like a year and a half ago. It was just a 3-piece at the time.
Oh.
And so then that's how we formally got introduced to him. But we had like another bass player in. And then after she left, we got Evan up in here. And now
We're all
together.
united.
We're united.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So Evan, you were at the first show.
Yep, I was in a band called Snail Dilemmas that used to play like DIY shows. So I used to play shows with them when they were, like before I joined, obviously. And yeah, that's how I got in contact with them. So, yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit, because you guys have kind of a wide range of styles. I could hear some like post-punk, math rock type parts,
I'd say so, yeah.
post-hardcore. Tell us a little bit about kind of finding your sound and maybe some of your influences.
I think we do draw a lot of influence from a lot of post-hardcore bands. Like I'd say one of our biggest influences is like At the Drive-In and what's another one, Miles? Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, I think a lot of the influences are probably like subconscious, so
Right.
I can't like.
I'd
think
say
of it.
like Radiohead.
Yeah,
There's some of
that's
that
one.
too. I think
My
there's
Chem,
some
maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
My Chem,
definitely
My
My
Chem
Chem.
Moments, yeah, for
influence in
sure.
there, yeah.
I'd say personally for myself, Devo.
That's cool.
Sick. Did you set out kind of with these ideas, knowing what you wanted the band to sound like, or was it more like you got in the room together and then things just started happening?
Not really. We didn't really know what we were doing. We just kind of wrote our first song. I mean, it was more like kind of just like rock at first. Like we're just like, I don't know.
And you
More
could
straightforward.
We're more straightforward.
Yeah.
And then like as we kind of grew up, more as musicians too, and like, delving more into like
We did more.
Yeah.
Complex
a
song
lot of-
structure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
And like when we get into different music, like as a band or
Right.
different bands, you could see like our sound changing just based on
Yeah.
what
I
we were
agree
being
very much.
influenced by.
Like I think at
Yeah.
the start we were more like kind of influenced by like Stone Temple Pilots,
Smashing
and then like
Pumpkins.
Yeah.
like last summer we got really influenced by like At the Drive-In and like Pierce the Veil.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
post-hardcore. And that kind of shifted
And so
a lot.
it's
Yeah.
just like an amalgamation of everything we've
Of influences,
done and
yeah.
just sort of bounce off of each other, get influences.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the energy was great
Thank
today.
you.
People
Thank you.
definitely have to check out the video also on our website and on YouTube
Yes.
because you guys had some great
Absolutely.
great energy in the studio today. Tell us a little bit about what Rockford's music scene is looking like these days. Have you guys been playing a lot of shows around lately?
Yes, we have.
We're playing.
Well,
yeah.
we've taken like a
bit of a
short little
break.
break because we're working on releasing something. I don't know if it'll be out by the time this is out, but
Segway,
Yeah,
tease.
yo.
Okay, so you guys have been working on some new music?
Yes.
we have.
You have an EP out now. We should say that first. That's on streaming services. People can check that out. Sapien Hymns. I love the
Yes.
title.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Well, tell us about this new project you're working on. Have you already started recording? What's going on?
Well, do you want to answer that?
Yeah. So we haven't started recording yet, but we're set to in early-ish April.
Do we want to?
Yeah,
Do we want to
okay.
release what? Should we
I
say
don't
it?
think we're gonna record April 7th and 8th, and it'll be another EP just to release some more music, and then by the summertime we're gonna try and make enough money off the EP to be able to record a full studio length album.
Well, tell us a little bit about the plans for recording. Are you going into a studio for that?
So we
got-
got in contact with Hum Singer at a studio in Champaign, and it's just yeah.
2-day recording.
2-day
session.
recording
Yeah.
session.
3 songs, 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Maybe 4.
Maybe
Yeah.
5, probably 3, 4.
Yeah.
Studio in Champaign, yes.
Yeah. So that's really.
That's gonna be really exciting.
We're all pretty thrilled about that. I feel like.
I didn't get to
Remora Coraline, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A. Thanks so much for joining us for the music tonight. Remora Coraline is Solan Buell on guitar and singing, Miles Anderson singing lead and playing guitar, Evan McMaster on bass, and Tyler Milo on the drums. In a little bit, we'll hear more from my talk with them about their new upcoming album, which is coming out this weekend, May 16th. They'll also have a release show coming up for that new EP. That is happening also May 16th over at the Easy Tiger in Loves Park. Doors opening at 6 with the show starting at 6:30. Find more info about that on their Instagram page at Remora Coraline. And you can also find their music on all streaming services. Their first EP, Sapien Hymns, is out now. And then be on the lookout for that new one. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more music and more from our talk with Remora Coraline. This is Sessions from Studio A. This is Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. If you are just joining us, our guest is Remora Coraline, post-hardcore band from Rockford, and definitely a band you need to keep your eye on. Their second EP is coming out this weekend, May 16th. They've got an album release show for that at Easy Tiger in Loves Park. And in a little bit, we'll talk more with the band about the new album and about how they're pushing back against the use of AI in music. Before that, though, let's get right back into the music for a new one that will be on this upcoming EP. It's Remora Coraline, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
Now I'm through my use of arrow. So you know
This is Sessions from Studio A. You just heard Remora Coraline playing live here in the studio, and we are joined with the band here talking about your new upcoming EP. Can you give us a title yet? Do you have a working title or not yet?
Oh yeah, Miles.
Oh,
yeah,
the
Miles,
working
that's
title is The Mongolian Dialogue.
Ooh,
Mongolian dialogue.
what does that mean?
Well, it's kind of like in. Oh wait, sorry. You go.
Well,
We're transitioning to throat singing. Like Mongolian throat singing.
Yes.
It kind of goes along with Sapien Hymns, though,
it
right?
does. I
Yeah.
think we were like pairing it with the, I don't know, Sapien Hymns, Mongolian dialogue. It doesn't have like a real deep meaning. Take it as you will, I guess.
I mean, it kind of has something to do with like all this AI music that's out right now and stuff, and like Sapien Hymns, like that's like basically means like human songs and stuff. So it's basically just like
For real.
we're trying to like push back on that, you know. With
Stay organic.
No AI, man.
and human.
Humans.
Yeah.
And then
I love humans.
We have a song called Seven Fingered Hand. I believe it's the third song we play on the show. That's about AI and anti-AI use,
And
because sometimes when the AI generates hands, there's 7 fingers.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
That's true.
Like the
Yeah, especially in those early days.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, I, as a musician and a lover of music myself too, nothing makes me more depressed than seeing like Suno in some of these AI
right.
Ridiculous.
programs. So
Terrible.
it's good to hear that younger people like you guys are also kind of pushing back against that.
Yeah.
Sounds like. Well, since you're humans writing music, what does your writing process look like as a band?
So I think that we kind of just let each other do what each individual member does best. And I think we don't really like try to step on each other's toes, like when we're writing
Right.
songs. Like I think we all kind of have a certain thing that we bring to it, and it wouldn't really be the band if it were missing any of those elements, I feel like.
Yeah.
Salon, you put it really good. What was your thing that you say?
I said that I think when someone, like usually either me or Miles or Evan, one of like the three of us will have an idea or like a riff or something, and it'll be like a little sapling, and then we'll bring it in and we'll all kind of add to it and water it and let it grow.
Beautifully put.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
That's a nice metaphor there. Growing the song. Sometimes you gotta sprinkle a little extra fertilizer in. Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah.
So you're going down to Champaign to record here soon. What are some other future plans you guys have as a band, goals as a band, as we get into spring and summer here?
Just playing shows, and putting the word out there about us, and stuff.
Eventually, we would
Yeah,
like
album.
to tour and do anything else such
we
as
were
that.
talking about that.
That's pretty cool.
A little summer tour, maybe.
Possibly.
That would be pretty cool. I
Maybe.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to have fun, hang out with each other, and play shows.
Right.
Yeah, do what we love.
And where is the best place people can find more of your music and follow you guys?
We have Spotify.
We're
on
have
all the
all of our stuff's on like the main streaming platforms. And then we have a
Website, too.
website, remoracoraline.com.
Yeah.
And then we also have an Instagram at Remora Coraline, or at Remora_Coraline. And
I think it's Remora._Coraline.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Actually,
Actually.
yeah.
Nerd.
On Instagram we post a lot, up and coming shows, maybe some like little
snippets,
previews, like sneak peeks at stuff we're working on.
Pictures.
It's just a lot of pictures.
Also on the website, too, the shows will be posted there, too.
Yes. Yeah, along with, and then we have a link in our bio to our Spotify and everything on Instagram. So you can pretty much find everything there.
we're talking with Remora Coraline and hearing live recordings this hour on Sessions from Studio A. You can find a video from their performance in Studio A over on our website, WNIJ.org, along with this full show and many others. Find more from Remora Coraline on all streaming services, and then be sure to check them out playing this weekend, May 16th on Saturday, over at Easy Tiger in Loves Park for their EP release show. Stick around, we'll be right back with more from their live performance, and we'll hear where the name of the band came from. It's Remora Coraline this hour on Sessions from Studio A. This is Sessions from Studio A with Remora Coraline joining us this hour. They're a post-hardcore band from Rockford, incorporating melodic elements into their music as well. Their first EP released last year is titled Sapien Hymns, and they're getting ready for their second EP coming out this weekend on May 16th. We're hearing some of those new songs recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A this hour, and also talking with members of Remora Coraline. Let's get right back into Studio A for the music. You can also find video from their performance over on our website, WNIJ.org. It's Remora Coraline, recorded live on Sessions from Studio A.
Every time we play, we say
gotta ask before I let you guys go, where the name of the band came from, Remora Coraline.
I genuinely don't know. I mean, I think
I thought it was like
Well,
Remora was
the
on your
Remora-
biology homework or
Remora.
something.
Yeah, so the Remora portion of it is because those are like the fish on the bottom of the sharks that just like suck onto the underside of sharks, and then they kind of just have like an easy life or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fish. I don't know how hard their lives are, but so I guess like something about that kind of just like spoke to me at the time, and
It's a
then
cool sounding fish.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cool sound. It's a cool
Remora.
looking
Sick
fish.
fish.
It's got like some chevrons on its head. It's cool. But and then the Coraline portion, it's a good movie. I don't know. I mean,
It's
Right.
it's a
Great
cool
movie.
name. Don't
we like the
copy,
flow
right?
of it. Yeah, don't copy us, please.
strike.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
You already got the website. It's
yeah.
cool.
That's pretty much it. It wasn't really anything deep and profound,
Yeah.
Just Remora Coraline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kind of like some of your song titles, like
Thank you.
Mutton Population
Yes.
and
Yeah.
Tempered Glass Division. I love these titles here.
Thank you.
Do you want to
Thank you
discuss
very
that,
much.
Miles? Like,
Which one?
I was curious about some of the
All right.
the songs. Mutton Population. Tell
Yeah,
us about that.
That
song
one's
you
not
played.
like. I think that one was kind of like me stepping into writing a little bit more about like human rights kind of things and stuff like that. So that was written probably like maybe like
that's a
or
year
two
ago now.
Yeah. So I've just been trying to like get better at like understanding some like topics and stuff. But that one I think kind of focuses on like healthcare and just like people like regular like people being like essentially like screwed over by just rich people. I mean, yeah.
The men
Some-
in the suits.
I guess so. Yeah.
kind of like they just think of the population as
Yeah.
meat, as
yeah.
mutton.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you guys played that one here today. So, yeah, it sounds like you've been exploring like all kinds of different stuff in your lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
from that to Seven Fingered Hand,
Mm-hmm.
talking about AI. Yeah, tell me a little bit more about that one too, and kind of your guys' view on this new trend of AI
Mm-hmm.
in art.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, like we kind of like really don't condone it, because I think we think art is like inherently human and stuff. So to
And
have
its humanity should be kept and
Yeah.
preserved.
Right.
Yeah.
or unless there's aliens and they make art too and like they have emotions, that's also cool. But like, yeah, I don't know. We just think like it should be organic and passionate and raw and just I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it just defeats the purpose of like music
Mhm.
using AI.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, it's just I don't know, human emotion.
Yeah, just out like it's just not there.
I mean,
you know,
if
in that
anything,
music.
AI will just make like human-made music more valuable.
Yes.
and it'll,
Yes,
it'll
absolutely.
be more
That's
a
like,
good point.
loved and cared for.
True.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it just makes being able to do it yourself that much
Mhm.
better.
For sure.
Right.
People can
Yeah.
check out more from you guys on your website, Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Remora Coraline, thanks so much for coming out to DeKalb.
Of course.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Thank you for having
us.
us.
Yeah.
Remora Coraline, closing out their performance on Sessions from Studio A and our show for this week. Thanks so much to Remora Coraline for joining us and to you for listening in. The band is Solan Buell on guitar and vocals, Miles Anderson on guitar and singing lead, Evan McMaster on bass and vocals, and Tyler Milo playing drums. Find their music on all streaming services. Their first EP, Sapien Hymns, is out now, and then their new second EP is set for release this Saturday on May 16th. You can check them out Saturday nights in Loves Park at Easy Tiger for their EP release show. Be sure to head out there for some great music. You can also follow Remora Coraline on Instagram at Remora Coraline, and their website is remoracoraline.com. You can find more upcoming shows on there. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios by yours truly, along with Mike Lundgren. Production interns are Jared Hearn and Kyle Rowland. I'm Spencer Tritt. Thanks so much for joining me this week, and I will see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.